Welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian Espinal, and joining me through Discord, it is the one, the only, the man with the plan. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, Chris?
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? You doing okay? You doing fine?
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful day. It's four-year anniversary.
Whoa!
Of my baby girl. Yeah.
Congratulations!
You know we still gotta handle business, though.
I don't have an applause sound anymore. I gotta get that back in, but
I like the horns.
For now, air horns.
Those are real appropriate.
Also joining us is our producer, my brother. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
Sup, nerds?
Hello. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We have a fun week planned. It's not the record-breaking week of comics that we've had last week, where we covered 15. We're down to like 9, which is cool. It's a nice little simple week. The song that's playing right now is "Sounds of Summer" by Legato. You can check his work out at SoundCloud. He's very talented. This is a fun little tune. A worthy little sub for the theme song this week. It's very chill. So follow.
Yeah, I didn't even. I had no idea what the song was gonna be going into this, but I was like, oh, that's a nice beat.
yeah. So
Like
check
that.
it out. He's a friend of Edgelord Brian's, and he's obviously very talented. So hit him up. Yeah, I mean, Brian brought the song to us.
I like how
appreciate
clean
it.
that is. Yeah,
I appreciate
I
it.
like that.
Good job, Legato. Let's get into plugs really quick. You can find us you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
That's at JD Cole _37 on Instagram and at NY Chillin NYCHILLEN.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Brian, where can they find you?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And I also just streamed today at twitch.tv/It's Punchline. Yeah, I streamed. Very rare occasion. Very rare occasion. If you want to catch me next time I decide to stream within the next decade, yeah, just follow me on Twitter and I'll send out a tweet. You guys can hop in.
Hell yeah. Follow our usual theme song guy as well at DrumFoo, at Drum_Foo. He's awesome. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram, especially on Twitter because we've been doing audience polled really good chapters of the week. We have the first one today. It's going to be a good one. So next Sunday, I'll put up the next poll and you can cast your vote for your favorite chapter and we'll share the results on the show. You could also email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com for any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about. Or you can comment below, and we'll respond, or we'll talk about it on the show. We'll mention your comment, whatever it is. I think that's it, right? I think I hit all the notes. Oh, if you're listening on iTunes, there is a link in your description that will take you to our YouTube channel, our fresh new YouTube channel. Please subscribe. We're trying to rebuild. From what
Better
we had.
than ever, stronger. Like a saying, when it goes down, it just comes back stronger.
Yeah.
Or Goku's.
Unless you're Vegeta and you just continue getting your ass whooped.
Oh, we both had shots. We both had bullets in the clip. We was ready for that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you guys actually just win. You guys had the perfect.
They had them shits loaded, dog.
You know how when
perfect passive aggressive
Don't bring
comment.
up Dragon Ball without knowing it's gonna be like that, bro.
You know when a big
on,
doofy
son.
like fodder enemy comes at Luffy and then Sanji and Zoro come through and just slice him real fast?
Oh yeah,
That's what me and Josh
They did with the
did.
pacifista after the time skip.
Yeah. Luffy.
what Zoro did to the whole boat.
Fuck you,
A whole
bitches.
entire boat that somebody worked on.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
somebody's dream he just destroyed and casually.
Can the Kuma clones push people really hard too? Or
No,
is
they
that
don't have
just
they don't have
only
his devil
really
fruit power.
Kuma? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess and if you're listening on YouTube, we do have like all of the backlog of the episodes that we lost from our last channel. They're in audio form on our iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on it. So please.
Wait, we're on Amazon Music?
Hell yeah, dude.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So click the links in the
live
description.
large.
I have
We're
the links.
everywhere.
I have the links for Spotify, iTunes. They're all in the description of every video. So check those out. And I think for real, that's it. And without further ado, let's get into the show proper. It's time to randomize.
Randomize.
It is Black Clover first up.
Ooh.
Yeah. We are on Black Clover, chapter 269, The One Who Can't Use Magic.
Man, the algorithm rarely gives us Black Clover first.
Yeah.
This must be a sign
of things to come, I guess. This is last we left off. Asta was taking on his demon, who's kind of his stepbrother in a way.
Kind of.
Yeah. In order to conquer his power and use his power, he has to defeat his demon. So he's doing that, but he doesn't have any of his anti-magic with him. All he has are his two fists. And while this demon starts like flinging swords at him, it's a good thing that Asta spent the majority of his life being able to do more push-ups than any other random Shonen Jump character you could think of. Lieb, the demon, throws his sword at Asta. He dodges and just like regular punches him in the face, and Lieb tries to answer that by just like yanking out more swords out of the grimoire, and they're like, you can't, I'm gonna just spam swords now and you can't defeat me without powers. Yami's sword comes out of the book, and Asta's able to hold on to that one because that's just, I guess, a regular sword, so he's just able to wield it. And Asta, as he's like continuing,
maybe that was the only one he could catch. One or the other.
Well, I think like because it's not necessarily a magic sword, it's like something that Yami puts his magic into. So it's just like a regular old katana.
I'm just cracking the joke.
So I'm confused. So it's like, so he's using Asta's abilities, right? So Asta can use this katana whenever he wants?
Yeah, because it's a regular katana.
He stored it in
It's
there,
not.
yeah, I guess.
It's not
like
Lieb's
a thing he
katana.
does.
It's Yami's katana that has stored itself into the grimoire somehow.
Huh.
Yeah, so he didn't. Yeah, he wasn't able to just kind of summon it out.
Because I could.
So if he gets it, then does that mean Yami can't use it?
Well, he doesn't.
I would assume so.
Yeah, because Yami. That is from what I know, and maybe I'm wrong. But I think that katana is just a regular katana that Yami puts his shadow magic into.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, it's probably crafted really magic. Well with like super good materials and stuff that you can't just find anywhere. Maybe
Yeah,
definitely worth keeping.
Yeah, but it is just
if not for just the sentimental value, right?
Yeah, it's not like Asta's sword that are his magic. It is just a sword.
Just a sword.
Because like there are some other mages that use, like Noelle has a wand. They have like stuff that they can imbue their magical power into and then use it for that. So I think that's just basically his equivalent to a wand, is his sword. But yeah, Asta's like barely holding on. We get a little flashback as to how the anti-magic actually came to be, because he had no magic at all, Lieb. So, while he was trapped in the grimoire, the whole time he's just been there, just like being salty as fuck towards the demons, the other demons. And that so much salt gave him like powers, essentially.
He manifested abilities through sheer anger and disappointment and strife. Like,
yeah,
classic stuff.
Yeah,
I wish that could happen in real life.
Yeah, true.
No, Josh would be all powerful.
I was about to say, I wish I had.
Yeah, sure would be pretty crazy, I guess. Maybe not. maybe I should take a step back.
Yeah. But the problem is, after he attained all this power, he was still stuck in the grimoire. But that's when Asta was granted the 5-leaf Clover grimoire, and then he's like, "Whoa, cool! I could just take over this kid's body, and do the thing myself and take down demons." So that's how the anti-magic power came to be. And he just is like, "I'll just kill this guy, and then I'll kill all the demons." He sends a bunch of swords Asta way, and Asta's finally able to just dodge them. We get a little visage of that water dude from way back in the day.
Yeah, I'm glad that they showed that screen from earlier, because I was like, oh, okay, and I remember that. I didn't know who he was on the shadow.
Yeah, and it turns out like Asta's been able to dodge.
I thought it was gonna be another.
Yeah, he's reading his ki, and that's how he's able to dodge all of the swords. And he's able to get close using everything that he's learned over like these little narration. We learned that Asta's using the skills he's learned by watching all of the magical swordsmen that have appeared in the series to date, and he manages to just thrust Yami's sword directly into Leap's face, and that is where the chapter ends. I thoroughly enjoyed this chapter. The last couple of chapters, very fun. I like this little moment from Asta. I like that his powers are essentially I do more push-ups than anybody, and there you go. But it's also
there you go. Huh.
It's also like the Hinata thing from Haikyuu, where he just like took a couple months to just sit back and watch like really good players do their thing and learn from them. It doesn't feel like convenient or whatever, because Asta's been around people who are apparently like supposed to be way out of his league anyway, just for even like on a standard warrior level.
Yeah. But, yes, even on a standard warrior level, which was key, because it's not about the spells that he can't do, or even replicating the magical swords, just their raw ability and talent. Because these guys will put the beats on anybody in real life. You know what I'm saying? Without any magic, probably.
Yeah.
Definitely someone like Asta. He's whipping all of our asses, dead ass.
Yeah.
No problem.
I mean, he just stabbed a demon one-armed, like, and.
Yeah, man, he's fighting with one ass arm.
One ass arm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asta's the man. You gotta give him his respect for this one. You did, bro. You did. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I did. I'm doing
this. You did.
I
really like this panel. Them showing. There's basically a panel with Asta, and he's got all of the past people he's fought with or against, including the elf guy with the sword. Because he was a swordsman as well, and he was a beast.
Yeah, he knows ultimate
I don't remember
magic.
the diamond guy having the sword though.
Yeah, he did. He has this big doofy diamond sword that he would telekinetically. He was the Gaara. He's kind of the Gaara of the series. I feel. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, the diamond guy.
I remember this other guy. He had stubble on his face. I don't remember him, but I remember
He's the guy with the ash magic that, like, I think he's the guy from, like, this light novel that just crossed over into the manga.
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember there was an arc where it was, like, explaining that this guy is actually from the light novel, a Black Clover light novel, so, don't be confused. That's why you haven't seen him before. Is that... He just became canon.
And he's a swordsman. Cool.
Yeah, and he's a swordsman.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but good chapter.
Yes, that was a really fun chapter. That was a really good chapter.
Yeah, very fun chapter. Very close. But that's all I got to say about it. It is time to randomize.
Oh, good.
10 of Swords, Stasis number 1. Oh boy, we got a doozy.
Thoughts on top of thoughts.
Yeah, we have one X book this week, and it is this big one-shot. We are at the midway point of 10 of Swords. This is the 11 out of 22 issue. And it starts with this emissary just going around the different territories of Otherworld and inviting all of their, like, top people, like their kings, queens, whatever, what have you, to a council with Saturnine. And she's just deliberating. She's the judge, and they all have to, it's kind of like like British Parliament. They all sit around and they have to vote, and she's like, the yays have it or the nays have it, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think they're like talking about this territory that this Whitechapel place is just getting like invaded, and they're deciding is like, should we do anything about this? And they're like, no. And Whitechapel's like, what the fuck? But they don't really address it any further because, like, the other children of Apocalypse, the 4 horsemen, I think Pestilence and Death, show up, and they're just crashing the party. And she's like, "Hey, listen, you can't just be here and be disruptive this whole time. we're trying to run a goddamn government here, so, we need to know since you guys conquered Dryador, are you guys here as, like, the Kingdom of Dryador? And they're like, nah, we killed Dryador. Dryador is no more. We are here as Arrako, pretty much. And I'm like, oof, that's mean.
Yeah.
All right, dicks.
It doesn't exist anymore.
No, we are here as Arrako.
Just cut it out.
You stop it.
We're all grown, right? We're all grown ups.
We all understand the concept of genocide, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
So no more. Say no more. Meanwhile, in Krakoa, the champions of Krakoa are all assembling. We have Apocalypse, we have Gorgon, we have Cable, Magic. Gorgon is just like coming along. I guess he's just the low key, just a champion. There's no explanation.
Bro, he got 2 of the swords.
Yeah, he has 2 of the swords, but I'm like, no cool one issue explaining his whole deal.
Nah, man, he been about that. As a matter of fact, that's part of our homework anyway.
Brian, can you look up who Gorgon's powers at least? I don't know.
You don't know about Gorgon?
I don't know about Gorgon. Are you being
Secret Warriors?
Oh, you're right. Damn.
They explain a lot about him, actually. I'll tell you this. You can refresh my memory, because I actually don't remember what his power is. I just thought he was super nice.
Yeah, he is.
And maybe had a healing factor or something like that. I don't know.
Is he the guy with the long ass hair?
Yeah, he's got.
Yeah, and the white robe
and the shades.
Yeah, I think that's him.
Yeah, right, he's arguably the realest one out of them all.
So his
definitely not Apocalypse.
His mutant powers are transmutation, telepathy, empathy, genius level intellect.
Oh shit! I didn't know.
He's the Full Metal Alchemist.
What?
Yeah. Well, all right. Gorgon's primary mutant ability is the power to transform into anyone that made direct eye contact with him to stone.
Oh, that's why they call him Gorgon.
So that's what they call a transmutation. He can't really just like fucking make shit. He just turns people to stone. Eyes? So it's more petrification than transmutation.
He's got Boa Hancock's powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like Medusa.
Or Medusa.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, the one we all definitely know.
Okay, so yeah, I think they're missing one. Maybe I'm not counting right. Because there's 9 of them.
9 champions.
I thought it was 10. I thought they get 10. I thought they're supposed to have 10 champions.
I know it's 10 of swords, but it's just it's 10 swords, 9 champions. Like I said, Gorgon's holding down 2 of them.
Gorgon has 10.
He's not even worried. He didn't even ask the specifics. Like, so do I gotta fight 2 people? He just went up like, man, I hope y'all do well, because I know
I'm smoking everyone
against the unbeatable chick. Yeah, we gonna wait to the end.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna throw our predictions down.
All right. So basically, they all
it's like One Piece, nigga.
They
go crazy.
They go around in the circle. They lay their swords down, and we get this really cool panel where the other champions of Arrako are like staring down at them, but they're looking up. It's so fucking cool.
I think it's more metaphorical. I don't think they could really see each other, but it's so cool.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Ooh, I'm taking the screenshots out of that.
We get the little prophecies of the sword bearers of Arrako, and then the rest, like a lot of this issue is basically them, like how they assembled the champions of Arrako. We're getting all of them in this one comic. The first of which
very appropriate.
The first of which is the voice of Arrako. So that's interesting that they have both of the essential like interpreters of both islands going up against each other in this tournament. I think that's a weird concept to have for like that nation. They also get this guy, this demon from Amenth. He's not a mutant. He's just like some demon from Amenth called Pogg your Pogg. So,
wait, what?
His name is Pogg. Pogg Ur-Pogg.
No cat.
So Brian, your favorite character. Already. He's this big alligator man.
All right, hold on. Before we move forward, right? So in this page where they gave so there was a quick text page before they started breaking down how the adversaries for our X-Men and company, like the riddles that went along the same, the prophecies and riddles, etc. The same how the X-Men got, right? And I'm not. Some of them are kind of obvious, and one of them is super duper obvious. So remember the guy's name, right? Or the demon's name, right?
Pogg your Pogg.
This is the prophecy that read: Pogg your Pogg's Pogg. In your Pogg's Pogg, but Pogg's your Pogg. Then
what
in your Pogg's.
What am I listening to?
Jonathan Hickman, everybody.
You're listening to your favorite character, Brian. This is his prophecy.
Poggers.
Yes.
PoggChamp.
And I believe
PoggChamp.
I'm going to make the wild assumption that prophecy does indeed pertain to Pogg your Pogg, the demon from Emmett.
Yeah.
Do you guys concur?
I mean, we can only
read an X-Men book in your life since you've been alive. Do you concur?
We can only theorize, to be honest. There's not enough information that is being presented so far. My father is breaking in again.
I guess we'll see.
We'll have to see.
Pogg, your Pogg.
We'll have to see.
But this mysterious man named Pogg your Pogg, which is a 4-armed alligator man with the scarab sword, which is interesting. Like he has like
one of the scarab swords, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, that is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Then we go to my favorite. This is Bay the Blood Moon seducer. He's a seducer, I guess. He just, he's chilling. Oh, I think it's a she. I don't know. They.
Yeah, I'm not gonna commit to that.
Yeah, they are just like.
I'm not going.
They're chilling. They killed a weird mammoth with tentacles or something. One of them goes the summoner goes up to him and is like, "Hey, so we have like this and he doesn't even let him finish the sentence. He says yes, and he's like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, no, you want me."
He announces his title. He doesn't even ask him anything. He just says, like, the many titles that comes along with such a badass, like like Bay the Blood Moon seducer, and
Slayer
he just interrupts and says yes.
Slayer of serpents of both sea and air, speaker of the hidden words, destroyer of hope, and the all-consume. And he doesn't even get through. He actually doesn't even ask him what's going on.
Nothing.
He just says, yeah.
Yeah. I know. He's like, all right, for you to be coming to me, y'all know y'all need me to kill somebody.
So, I'm going.
I should say they.
Yeah, he said, let's go. I have men to kill.
I could see this guy fighting Wolverine.
We don't know.
This person fighting Wolverine.
I mean, yeah, this person.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's my favorite.
Oh yeah,
you wanna hear sucker style?
Do you want to introduce him?
Guess which children took after Apocalypse and not after their moms? Yo, so check this out. Death. Ooh, death, right? And Egyptian face. I don't know, man.
I think that's Annihilation.
I think
no?
Annihilation?
No, that's death and wait, which one is this one? It's hard to tell. I keep forgetting.
I think it is Annihilation. What's the name?
No,
of the
Annihilation
main
is the big
guy?
bad. Annihilation.
Is the main. Okay.
It's death, pestilence,
war, famine.
War, famine. Okay, so maybe one of them is famine and the other one is death.
Death is definitely the jackal guy.
Yeah, so maybe this is famine because I know war is the firehead. Geez. War is the firehead.
Yeah,
so
war is the firehead.
Must be pestilence then.
The sick guy is the yeah. So this gotta be famine.
Okay, so it's famine
really?
and death.
Egyptian had famine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, so they pull up to Ammit, the white sword of Ivory Spire, Purity to be exact. And the first thing you see is them pulling up with white flags. And oh my God. Y'all think you guys think we gave John John's hell? This nigga? And let's be clear, guys. I'm talking all this shit about, Apocalypse and his punk ass kids, but these are some real niggas. Right?
Apocalypse and his punk ass kids.
They're not here to play. Oh, but they know. They pulled up to him and was just like, listen, we don't want conflict. All right? Can you please help?
Please don't.
That is essentially what happened. And he told them that I don't give a fuck what's going on. I don't care. I just want y'all to beg me for whatever it is. So you got two people that just was like, man, yo, they are so bad about it. I'm very scared for the team on Krakoa, man. I don't think it's looking good for any of them.
Yeah,
this guy,
except for whoever got to face Death and Pestilence. I think they'll be alright.
Yeah.
Does this guy have a Buster Sword?
Yes.
Essentially, like he snatched that right out of Cloud's hand, bro.
That is literally that is what that is.
He's like, give me that shit.
That dimension and through that universe and said, I'm gonna need that. Kill Sephiroth because he got in his way.
To remind you, Brian, this is the guy who is just basically 1,000,000-0 in fights. Like he's
1,000,000-0.
He doesn't stop and always wins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I put that guy against Cypher. All right. I think that's the matchup.
No way. Listen, let's not even play around like that. I think it's actually kind of obvious. That was the first person I was going to mention after this, but I think it's pretty obvious who Cypher's going to fight. But listen, Chris. I said what I had to say. You want to pick it up? I mean, that was it.
Basically, he's
one of the realest niggas alive. He said, "You got to beg me to do it, and I'm coming." And if y'all want to see more of this, then y'all just gonna have to pick up the book and buy it yourself.
At the end of the day, he's just like, all right, I'll do it. He's just like, I'm down. I'll just kill whoever it is. I'm a GG machine, and I can't be stopped.
Yeah. There's a lot of spicy talk, like I said. You know what I'm saying?
This guy rules.
He thinks they're a traitor. He all right. You know what I think is important? He mentions how they're traitors for teaming up with Annihilation, which. To me, was kind of like the elephant in the room, and I was waiting for them to kind of explain why. But that's what I'm looking at it. Like he's sick in the head, and he's doing this because he can't help himself. You know what I'm saying? He's born and destined to always fight, no matter what. Period. They chose to fucking.
They chose to
be snakes. Yeah, I like this guy, man. He told him what it is, yo.
Yeah.
He looked like Thanos.
He does look like Thanos.
He's like Thanos, man.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at Arrako, War and Pestilence go to visit Iska the Unbeaten, and she already knows what time it is. She's on board.
Hell yeah!
She just pours him a glass.
She put her glass up. She said, "You know that's a W." That's we already 1-0. Just like that. As soon as she said yes.
My superpower is I cannot be defeated. So. Let's go.
So they have two undefeated people on their team.
Well, we have one undefeated man and one who cannot be defeated.
Yeah, that's their actual power, if you remember.
Yeah.
Her name is Iska the Unbeaten, but
because her mutant ability is that she cannot be defeated.
How does that make sense?
No matter what, like whatever circumstances around, that's why she betrayed Arrako, is because like she cannot be beaten and they were going to lose. So her mutant power just instinctually pulled her to the winning side. Which is interesting. Maybe that's what's going to happen on Krakoa, is that like the Krakoans are going to start winning and she's going to betray Arrako. Because that's just her vibe. That's what she does. It's interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah. The issue ends with Death retrieving his sword, the black bone of Amudat. He kills a bunch of like alien-looking creatures, like from like that. Oh wait, not all of them look like that, but some of them look like the alien from Alien. And he's just like, I got my
I see one of them. Yeah, they do look like that. They're all for sure fodder.
I got my cool Edgelord sword because I'm Death. And
definitely ain't no punk like that white flag I was waving earlier.
Yeah.
Why can't Death get inspiration from Hello Kitty Island Adventure or some shit? Like,
what does
why
that
is it
mean?
always got to be dark and black, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like make it pink and yellow or something, you know?
Yeah. We get a final panel where the whole squad is posing up. Pogg Ur-Pogg is in the back, just like, I'm a big goofy monster.
They're looking deadly, man.
Yeah, it's really cool. And we got a 2-page spread just explaining like the different people of Arrako and their powers and the swords that they have. It's funny, like the White Spire guy, his power is healing.
That's it.
Yeah, it's just healing.
He doesn't even have a mutant power.
Nah, he's just that nice.
No, his mutant power is healing.
That nice.
his mutant power is healing.
No, I'm talking about Pogg.
Exactly, which means
Pogg or Pogg?
really...
No, because Pogg.
Oh,
or
no,
Pogg...
he's not a mutant.
He's not a mutant. He's just a big dude.
I mean, he's probably got some cool alligator stuff.
He's the Yami of this group.
Or crocodile.
You heard?
Or maybe a dinosaur. Who knows?
He's the Yami of this group. He's gonna turn out to be the strongest one because he's a big doofy monster.
Crocubot.
Yeah.
But Bottomancy, isn't that like fucking grass shit?
Yeah, controlling grass, and she's the
one.
one.
That's the one that talks to
Arrako.
Arrako.
Mm-hmm. And Annihilation Sword is the Midnight Blade. Her mutant power is unknown.
What's the mutant power of the Doom Note?
I don't know. That's like a real manga power, like that's like a real Bleach power. My power is Doom Note.
My power is I write down a note and I just
thought of. Yeah, I actually thought of Bleach. What are you saying?
I'm excited.
I think it's gonna be a power. I think it's gonna be a power like once I talk about what happens to you, that's what happens to you, or some shit.
When I say you die, you die.
You're gonna trip down. You're gonna trip down 2 flights of stairs, or something like that.
And then I eat the potato chip. Oh my god!
That's why I call him the seducer, because he tricks you. He gets you to do stupid shit or something.
Well, that's Bay the Blood Moon. So
yeah,
that's his power. Is the Doom Note. This guy's a fucking monster. We then
might be note as in music.
Maybe it's like music power. Maybe it's Scratch Manapu. Songs. Yeah, maybe it's Scratch Manapu. He just makes people explode. By like going,
the One Piece reference is firing off. All right. And dude got One Piece, Death Note.
I didn't peep his teeth.
Bleach.
Maybe he's got piano teeth.
I think Jonathan Hickman definitely read like everything that's been shown in Jump for the past 15 years and was like, hell yeah.
I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
Kanye West shades. All of that.
We cut to the Starlight Citadel as the champions of Krakoa arrive, and they're just like ready. They're like, whoa, what now? And nothing's happening.
Yeah, they pulling up.
Are they going to come out of nowhere? And no, they're not pulling up. Saturnine comes through, and she's like, yeah, calm down. We're not starting yet. Basically, they explain that, like, I guess they explain that you don't necessarily need the swords to fight. The swords are just kind of like a ticket to entry, in a way. I mean, they'll use them, I'm sure, but it's not like a necessity for the battle. It's just...
How are you going to have a sword fight without a sword?
I mean, some people don't probably fight better without one.
Who?
I don't know.
Wolverine.
Who? He's got a sword.
Yeah, but like he doesn't really need it, Yeah.
Oh, that's just extra.
My favorite thing is that he has not only his sword but his claws in another hand, and he's like, "Yeah, he knows what time it is." It's
yeah, right. You could be a beastly ass mid range and close range fighter because of that. That's kind of
Wolverine
cool.
about to 9 sword style this shit.
Yeah, really. So basically, she explains, it's like, you're not doing it yet. Calm down. Go to your quarters and chill for a minute. Freshen up. We're going to have a feast tonight, and then we're going to fight to the death, basically.
Yeah.
They're apparently going to break bread with the Champions of Arrako.
Yeah, she specified. Yeah, you're going to meet them later.
Which I can't wait, because the next issue is X-Men, which is written by Jonathan Hickman, and he's going to have some spicy language between the two.
Oh, the writing. Oh man, it's gonna be real petty and sophisticated at the same time.
Yeah. It's gonna be
By the way, all the X-Men have a really nice like little Airbnb here, like.
Yeah, they're in the Starlight Citadel. It's a really nice place.
The center of the multiverse, bro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nah, dude.
Where a fire-faced guy comes from. You'll see what we're talking about later.
Yeah, they basically go to their rooms, and each of their rooms is very nice, but it also has a card given to them by Saturnine that seems to be telling them their future. Like, it's well known that Saturnine hates Betsy, so the one card she has is just her stabbed full of swords, and she was
9
like,
swords.
Yes, yes, you got this card.
Yes,
I hate you.
Betsy's just like, oh man.
Yeah. Cypher.
I would have just assumed she printed that shit out herself and made it in her spare time.
Yeah, she.
I wouldn't have even taken it that serious.
She photoshopped it. Just like
yeah, absolutely. Like she did that with her, or hired somebody. I would have. No way.
Cypher.
So wait, these cards are telling the future?
In a sense, I guess. It's not like straightforward because tarot cards are not like the full future. It's just kind of like a low-key subliminal hint.
Yeah.
But
super low-key.
Yeah. For whatever reason, Cypher is sharing a cup with someone. I don't know who that is. Because they're all in shadow. I don't think we see Gorgon's card, and he's like ridiculous.
He just tosses it. I told you. Just does it. He's like, I'm gonna kill whatever they put in front of me, and then I'm gonna go home and pop open that box of cereal and then dig him out. Like that's what's going on with Gorgon. He's not losing.
I can't wait to get home and have my Apple Jacks.
Hell, motherfucking
snack, crackle, pop.
Captain Avalon is looking down at his he's on like a griffin and he has his sword up and he's like, sweet. He's really like, what are you up to this time?
A pentagram in the back. It's kind of sus, but
What are you up to, Saturnine? Magic's...
Are you trying to get in my pants this time? You crazy witch.
Flattery will get you nowhere. Magic is in her bed like, sick. And hers is just basically a trading card of her, where she's just doing what Magic does.
Right, like nothing special there. 6 of Wands.
Cable got the Fool, where he's just on the edge of some ship, and he's like, fuck, man. Why?
Yeah, that was his fool ass for turning that station on and almost killing the entire fucking galaxy.
That's true. Wolverine's...
I'm not overplaying this, am I?
No.
I feel like I'm... All right, yeah.
Wolverine's is really funny, where it's him being choked out by the summoner, and he is tired. He's
like never in his fucking life, yo.
That's scrawny.
As soon as he sees him at dinner, he's probably just gonna be looking at him the whole time.
Put me in the guillotine, will you? I'll fuck you.
I don't think they're gonna fight though.
Storm is looking down on her, and she's leading some weird evil army, and she's like, "What?"
Yeah, it literally says death at the bottom of the card.
Yeah.
Ooh, and Apocalypse is not amused.
Yeah, Apocalypse, we don't see it yet. He just crumples it in his hand. He's like, that bitch. And he just goes immediately to confront her.
So check this out. So as soon as they arrive, right, one of the first things Apocalypse says is patience. We will abide as long as the game suits us. Those are two, the first word and the second and the second and the sentence. Those are two things I want you guys to remember, right?
Wait, why does he say
the first one? So the second one, all right, patience. So he tells them patience. Then he also says, we will abide as long as the game suits us. So when he looks at that picture, what does he say?
Yeah.
The game no longer suits me.
You're right. That's really funny.
To meet Sad and I on the fucking roof, right? I guess he found her.
Yeah. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And she's like, calm down.
What kind of bullshit are you signing me up for? Like, you say...
She's like, calm down. It's just a card. Jesus.
See how big my shoulders are? I think I'm ready for this bullshit. Nah, Dad.
I barely fit in this fucking hallway. You see me? So yeah, they go down this elevator.
Asshole.
They go down this elevator with Saturnine. They talk. She's busy. She's doing cool, mysterious magic shit. So she just like walks with him, and they talk shit. And she's like, "Relax, it's just a card," and fixes the card. She's like, "Be patient. Don't worry. You'll get to take out your frustrations, I guess, during the game." And then they arrive at the bottom floor where they find Annihilation standing there. We get to see the little what the card says, and it says the Lovers. Where it's a naked Apocalypse and a naked Genesis with Death standing behind both of them, it seems. And Annihilation removes the mask, and it turns out that it is Genesis the entire time.
Bless you. Yeah, that was I mean, we all pretty much seen that coming.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, like it was a twist that I didn't see coming per se, but I'm also like, oh yeah.
Well, by the way, also another really sad apocalypse face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's small. I didn't even notice.
It's like
he's done. He's at the end of his ropes.
No, not that one. There's another one.
Oh, but that one's pretty funny.
I thought that was funny too. All right, there's one before.
It's when they fix the card and it's just floating.
It's really more his eye.
Yeah.
And the line.
No.
It's reading Bleach. You can't tell me that.
Josh,
the page
it's the one.
The page before that one.
It's the one where he's in the elevator and she fixes the card and he's just looking down at it.
Yeah.
I think that's the one.
I can't believe it.
It's like every time we cover anything involving Apocalypse, there's at least one chapter where he has a really sad face.
It's really funny.
His fucking big ass lips just makes it even funnier.
That's where the issue ends. We get a little bit, like a little informative page where it explains like what the cards mean in a very coy and mysterious way. And it's interesting. We're not gonna go through all of them, but like it's Fool was like basically like, don't be offended. It's not what it looks like. It's basically someone like who will learn. Like the Fool is like more of a person in a state of ignorance right now, but he'll learn something very valuable down the line. I was very interested in what Wolverine's meant, and
yeah, for strength.
He did not get that treatment. He got said, do not be flattered. Is the first word. This speaks not of the strength of biceps, but the strength of will, strength of heart, strength of focus. This is the one who endures, which is kind of perfect.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of perfect.
That's very applicable to Wolverine, you know. So all right, I'm with it.
Yeah.
I think that seems.
So we
good.
have now passed the halfway point of 10 of Swords. Man, this was a fun issue to read. The Arrako people are all just fucking badass. Huge fan.
I made a point earlier. My bad, not to cut you off, but I did make a point earlier about basically, again, pointing out the hypocrisy of Apocalypse. Remember when he said, patience, we got to abide by the game's rules as they fit us, right?
Yeah.
So he reneged on the second statement. And then Opal, Luna, Saturnine, she had to check in. She's like, listen, we both old. Really old.
We're grown.
And it just disappoints me that you lack patience. And I was just like, damn, boy, you're looking bad out here, man.
Yeah.
Wow, yo, I used to really, when Apocalypse pulled up on the island, I was a fanboy, bro. I was like, oh man, Apocalypse, and then they did that weirdo Excalibur shit, and now this.
Well, Josh, he's always been a weirdo. You're just realizing it now.
An L. And I ain't talking about Cypher.
So is Apocalypse's whole story arc right now just him being humbled or some shit? Like,
well, it's interesting. This is essentially just a retcon of Apocalypse's entire motivation for being the way he is, and it's an added feature to his backstory that we've never seen before. Like Arrako and Krakoa are a fairly new concept. So
I guess technically it's a retcon, but not really, because it was a really smooth retcon.
It's a good one. No, that doesn't mean retcon doesn't automatically mean it's bad. It just is what it is. As far as I know, that this has not been part of Apocalypse's history, with the M and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's not a bad one. I mean, I'm a huge fan. You know, it's actually pretty good. Not all retcons are bad, but yeah, this is basically kind of an Apocalypse character arc, if anything, which makes it interesting. We don't know where he's going to be at the end. Maybe he'll just revert back to the badass we all knew. Maybe he just needs this to break him, and just now he could just be who he is. Because I remember, like, one of the many things in House and Powers of X is that eventually the relationship with Apocalypse is not going to end well. So, I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, he was down with Krakoa to the very end when he was fighting against some Nimrods.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't
Yeah, I wouldn't put too much stake behind it because that's one of the possible futures. Like, we don't know. The whole point of this is that we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So this is Mora's essentially 11th and final life, I think. So who knows? But that's all I got to say about Ten of Swords. Pick it up. I mean, we say it every week. It's awesome. Very fun. At least very funny.
We just spent like half an hour talking about just this. It's really that good.
Yeah. It was a long issue too, so
all right,
that's why.
You guys want to do predictions for the matchups?
Okay, yeah. We definitely got to do that. So the one that I feel like is absolutely happening without a doubt, no argument there. Well, all right. Aside from the one that we already know, Wolverine is gonna fight against what's his name?
The Summoner?
No, not the Summoner.
Yeah, Solemn.
Solemn, yeah. That was even built up. So we know that they're gonna fight already. Which that's why I thought the tarot card with Summoner was like more like funnier than actually like you know for seeing anything.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna have an attitude when he sees something. Anyway, right? But I think Cypher's gonna fight against that plant chick, who's also the speaker for Arrako.
That would make sense. I think Pogg is probably going to go up against Apocalypse because he has...
You think so?
Yeah. Nah, I see him going up against White Sword or some shit.
No, White Sword... you mean Apocalypse? I don't know, man.
For whatever reason, I think Magic is going up.
Chris, what's your reasoning? Because of the sword?
I think because of the sword. I just have a feeling.
That was my initial...
And they're big, the two big doofy ones of the group. So I don't know.
Yeah, it makes sense for Apocalypse to fight him. If not, maybe.
Well, here's the thing.
Genesis.
It's interesting because we don't really know what the rules of the tournament are. Like, I don't know if it's going to be a straight up like versus thing.
Ooh.
So it could be just like,
or if they're going to be like a battle royale.
Yeah, it could just be a battle royale where everybody just fights.
Like a universe survival arc.
Yeah,
like
something like that. Bay of the Blood
I hope
Moon.
it 1v1s.
Bay of the Blood Moon? Maybe Magic takes on that Bay of the Blood Moon.
Because that's also someone else that's like very skilled for sport.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to tell.
If not, all right. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the ones that I feel like I have no idea and could go either way. Right? The twins, the Braddock twins. I have no idea who they're gonna fight. I have this really weird feeling that Gorgon is on their team.
Gorgon's on their team.
Oh, I didn't know the twins were.
The Braddock twins. It's the girl with the purple hair. That's Kat and Britain now.
Yeah,
Betsy Braddock.
Betsy.
Betsy and her bro. That listen, they're not super memorable, But I have this weird feeling that Brian Braddock is going to fight against the White Sword. And I don't have any real reasoning behind it.
Yeah. I feel you.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, who knows?
Who's this person in the blue? Oh, that's Solemn, right?
Yeah, that should be Solemn.
Okay,
if he has the katana.
Weird, though. He looks all scrawny and shit, but I guess compared to his big alligator monster.
Pogg or Pogg?
Yeah.
Pogg,
Pogg. I didn't think all of these through, so I guess I don't know. I kind of just like shouting out when you feel like when call, right? I think, yeah, man, I really can't call it.
Yeah, it's hard to call.
I think Gorgon is gonna face off against Iska.
Ooh, that would be cool.
And I think he's gonna violate her shit.
Yo, imagine.
Because all right, if you think about it, that's what his swords are kind of about. They literally defy all of that. Like, I don't care who you are, what you represent. And it might be her losing might be her ultimately winning in some way, So it can be written a lot of different ways. Whoever she fights is going to be really interesting.
Yeah,
there's going to be a whole bunch of caveats. I think Apocalypse is for sure facing off against Annihilation, or as we know, Genesis. Yeah, I really can't call the rest.
I can't call it either.
Really can't call the rest.
It's real tough.
Is any of them a new mutant that want to get revenge for the Rockman?
Yeah.
Ileana, is she a new mutant?
Yeah, Cypher.
She might fight against someone.
Cypher and Magic are both new mutants.
And so since I think Cypher's already going to fight against the plant which is two people that don't even want to fight and do. Yeah, that's gonna be that's good writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay. Can we at least say for certain, Plant to Cypher, Solemn to Wolverine, Apocalypse to Genesis? Damn, that leaves quite a few. I'm gonna go on a whim and say Summoner and Ileana. I don't think because Summoner's not gonna just fight. He's gonna do different things and summon beasts, but she could access limbo and all of that. Like,
you're right. Maybe that's what
I think, yeah. And I'm gonna tell you this, especially if it's some type of battle royale situation. I think it's preordained because she already wants to fight. I think it needs to be made personal.
Wow.
I just, she just hasn't spoken about the Rock Man, so I don't really know.
I don't know either. It's hard to call, man. It really is.
Like, who the fuck is Storm gonna face? I think Death. They already kind of spoiled.
Yeah,
it.
maybe Death.
And on the card too. There's already a cover that they released with her on the cover with Death dancing for Marauders, I think. So yeah, that's her opponent.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's tough. It's too tough to call right now. I wish I had more time. I would have thought about it a little bit more. If I had a little bit more time, but yeah, that's all.
Yeah, we spent plenty of time on this.
Let's randomize. One Piece.
Oh, how'd you see that shit right now, baby?
Well, Brian, it's funny that you mentioned that because One Piece chapter 993, The Dream of Wano, it is the very first audience voted certified
RG
chapter.
Certified RGC.
We didn't
get the first anonymous one?
No, audience. Audience voted it.
Oh, they all voted. Oh, word.
60%.
The audience got some good taste, dude.
60% of the vote went to One Piece. If you guys want to cast your vote for the next one, check out our Twitter at New Jump City on Sunday afternoonish. And I'll post the chapters that are up for discussion. You could also write in your favorite chapter because Twitter only gives me 4 choices. So if I miss yours, you could just write yours in and I'll take it into account. But with that being said, let's dive into One Piece. We start out in the Flower Capital. It is the Grand Fire Festival. Apparently this is a time where the entire population of Wano just kind of forgets that they're under a totalitarian regime for like a night, and they get to just drink and be happy for one night. And right now,
that's literally because everybody's off everyone goes to that island every year too. So that's why they're able to celebrate.
Yeah, and
kind of sad, man.
And right now they're just kind of like dreaming. They're hoping that like, man, at least for tonight, the Ayakaza 9 beat the shit out of Kaido. They're just talking mad shit just because it's that night. And speaking of which, we cut back to Onigashima where we finally get an answer as to what the mysterious bullets that Queen was shooting down at the banquet hall. We get it shown to us that basically it turns anybody who gets shot by it into this ice sculpture of an Oni demon from Japanese folklore. And that's basically what the bullets do. They're the plague rounds called Ice Oni. We've seen the plague rounds before, but never to this degree. Luffy's like,
I feel like.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
I feel like it's similar to what happened in Punk Hazard, but this is like different. How does he make this stuff? Like,
I think that's what it is.
Quirk or
no? It's not his quirk, Brian. I know you missed
his fruit ability is his dinosaur power.
His fruit ability is Bronchiosaurus, which just got animated, by the way. That part with the Bronchio Bomber. You remember that, Josh? Where he?
Oh yeah.
It got animated, and I got to show you after the show because it's so fucking funny.
It's already up to there.
Mm-hmm. It's really well done too. You'll love it. I'm gonna show you it later. But anyway, Luffy's out here just beating the shit out of random henchmen, and Sanji just stops him, like grabs him in the face, and it just kicks everybody else. That's when Breeze Cola shows up with his gorilla fruit powers. But it's not he turns into a gorilla. His fist turns into a whole gorilla from the waist up, and it punches people.
Yeah. Yeah, these smile fruits are no bueno.
Yeah, they're literally like the fucking bootleg DVDs that you pick up off the street. They just like give you a worse version of their power, where a sentient gorilla lives on your arm. So it goes for a swing, and it's actually very powerful. It's called Gorilla Punch. It's pretty funny. And Sanji starts yelling at Luffy to stop fighting everyone and conserve his energy for Kaido. And that's when Jim...
So he punches and then the gorilla punches.
Yes, Brian. But
so stupid.
That is indeed what's happening.
That's when Jinbei shows up, brick fists this dude into the fucking ceiling. I love Jinbei.
Not before that, but that's after Sanji and Luffy talk about who wants to clean up the fodder first.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sanji's basically like, stop fighting everyone. And Jinbei's like, let's go. And Sanji's like, no, I'm in charge of dragging Luffy along. It's pretty funny. He's like, don't take my number 3 spot. They get
Jinbei's so polite.
Yeah. Yeah, Jinbei's like, my bad. Sorry, but
so do you guys think Jinbei is stronger than Sanji?
No.
Probably. I don't know.
I think he's a more skilled fighter.
Jinbei's a whole warlord though, and they're pretty strong.
I mean,
he's at.
I guess
you think Jinbei is? You think he's stronger than
he
Sanji?
might be. I mean, you can make a case for it.
I think Jinbei.
I think we'll see this week. I mean, not this arc. Because Jinbei's never fought somebody one-on-one. So we don't have like a real
we didn't see
gauge.
that. Yeah, we haven't seen him like,
go all out.
No.
So we don't have like a
I mean,
if you're going to be that robot suit.
If you're going to be the number 1 and the number 2 and the number 3 to the king of the pirates, kind of got to be stronger than a warlord, right?
Oh, I mean, that's true. But Sanji couldn't beat Doflamingo. I mean, he's a warlord.
Yeah, but Doflamingo's...
If you think about the warlords,
they're mad nice. You crazy?
Yeah, like Doflamingo is like
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He's mad.
I think he's on like the highest scale of warlords.
I think Moria was the weakest, probably.
Yeah,
arguably. I mean, weakest under certain circumstances.
Well, we also haven't seen Kuma. Like Kuma's probably one of the strongest.
I think Doflamingo was the strongest warlord in I think that
probably
might be the case because he could like literally kill a whole fucking
really strong
country.
They're all extremely strong. They're like when you
Crocodile
think about
only ever lost to Luffy, who doesn't lose,
and it took Luffy a lot.
It
took Luffy literally like nearly dying to do it. So
Yeah, but that was before he even learned Armament Haki. If he knows Haki now, if he knew Haki back then, Crocodile gets washed up.
Yeah, but there's no way Crocodile hasn't gotten stronger.
Right? He's a Logia type?
Yeah.
Not a Logia. He's technically Paramecia. Logia.
Oh, what?
Just like Luffy is.
How can he get cut and then it'd be sand and stuff?
Logia doesn't necessarily... Logia is more about elements than being just one thing.
Oh, okay.
So
I guess Armament Haki wouldn't be that effective against
just like Luffy is Paramecia type, so he's like rubber, but he is made out of
I mean, Haki would definitely still hit him harder. I get what you mean. I mean, I know what you're saying. That's an early Luffy. I'm just saying. I still think Croc is the man.
And there's no way Croc can power up now. Bro. There's no way Croc... And Croc... There's no way he didn't power up right now after this 2-year time skip. Now that he has to, because he's a pirate again.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
Basically, King gives out the order to find Momonosuke and kill him. And after they kill him, the rest of the samurai won't have the will to fight anymore. So focus on Momonosuke. Sasaki finds him first. He starts like laying down arrows and fucking gunshots at Shinobu, who is currently carrying Momonosuke. And she gets like stabbed in the back by a bunch of arrows. This weird Torbjorn guy shows up.
Torbjorn
shows.
You should try my meatballs.
Yeah, he pulls up with his axe and tries to finish off Shinobu. Shinobu is just like, run, Momonosuke! And that's when Yamato pulls through and smacks the shit out of Torbjorn, leaving it's up to her to fight against Sasaki. So, you know, new matchup. Sasaki versus Yamato. Very cute.
The
Real
armored
quick.
division.
Shinobu's a scabbard, right?
No. She's just an independent ninja.
Oh, okay.
The scabbards are like the 9 people who worked for Odin. So it's not just like any samurai.
Okay.
Back on the Skull Dome, we get a visit of Kaido. He's just like on his side, just like, they cut the shit out of me. And the samurai is like, let's cut his fucking head off. There's no way. We can't stop until his head's clean off. But,
yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
They're too slow. Kaido gets up and he's like, I saw a visage of Kozuki Aizen. I could have let you kill me with each throb of my scar. I remember. But you people aren't Odin. And then he gets up. Cool, like, big panel of him just like, I'm getting serious now. It's like, it is too shallow. You do not have enough power to even open up the old scar. And then he just looks down, like, just to add insult to injury. He's like, you cannot do it. And then he just yells, and, like, invisible slashes just start flying out. And one of them cuts Kiku's arm clean off. And that's where the chapter ends. It's interesting.
Kaido's such an interesting fucking character, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what his motivations are. Like, to this day, we don't know what he wants, really. It's kind of interesting.
He seems someone that's honor-bound, but also a pirate to the core, which is, you know, weird if you're not a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
But it's also like he wants to die, but then he won't die to someone who's not worthy of killing him either.
Maybe.
It's like...
Maybe that's why he's doing it. Like, this is all one bit. Is like he's waiting for someone to kill him. Like, he's torturing all these people so that someone would finally kill him.
Yeah, because he's like, he mentions, I would have let you kill me, but you can't even open up my old scar. So why the fuck would I let you kill me if you're not anywhere near the man that Odin was, right?
That's true.
I think there's a lot of validity to that because, you know, the fact, I think it was the reason he defeated Odin as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows, like, damn, I would have died that day. I was supposed to die that day.
Mm-hmm.
But I did some underhanded shit.
Yeah.
I feel like this chapter was just him being disappointed in the scabbards a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Or it's like he was expecting them to, like, have the same, you know, like, I guess, not determination, but, like, same something that Odin had.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this is a shame. Now I gotta kill you all.
Yeah, too bad their middle names don't have a D in it, and that they aren't the main protagonist.
That's true. Kozuki didn't have a D in his name.
Though,
he wasn't a name of D?
No.
What?
His name is Kozuki Odin, not Kozuki D. Odin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're gonna find out soon. We're gonna see.
But I feel like after reading this chapter, I feel like this gives more and more hints that maybe Luffy isn't going to be the one to take down Kaido. I think
I've been called that it was going to be Zoro. It's his fight. He already had Doflamingo, bro. Like
I don't know.
mean, he's got to fight Big Mom.
Yeah,
Luffy's got to fight Big Mom, and Zoro's got to just take this dude out by himself.
That would be sick.
And show him I am Odin.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, man.
I'm better than Odin.
Come on, man. Zoro he easy moded that big stone guy. Come on, man.
Yeah, but this guy's like several rungs up higher than that guy. That guy was a henchman.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying as far as like what's been revealed. It's time. He's ripe. Zoro's ripe for a moment, man.
I mean, he is going up there with Luffy. Like that was the plan. Oh no, he's fighting Queen. Who knows? Who knows how this is going to turn out?
There's like so many options though, because it's like, you know, it's going to be weird if Zoro takes down an emperor, you know, like if Luffy isn't the one to take down an emperor, who's really going to be king of the pirates, you know?
I don't think Zoro's going to beat him, but I think Zoro might be instrumental in beating him.
Or he might open up the old scar or something like that. Yeah, you know,
Zoro might achieve Ryuo and do some cool shit. But Luffy's gonna be the one to take him down. Because I think Luffy has to be the one.
There's also like Law. There's also Kid who have stakes in taking down Kaido. So it's like
then they're not taking him down. Brian.
I don't think they're gonna take him out. I think they're gonna help.
I think they're probably gonna. It's probably gonna be their combined effort against Big Mom. Probably, I could see that. Where it's
but
Law
isn't
and Kid
Marco
Big Mom.
fighting Big Mom right
but
now?
she's not. I don't think he's gonna win. She has to go down by someone who's more important to the story than Marco. I feel like it can't just be Marco.
Absolutely, and I believe it's going to be Luffy. I think he thinks he's gonna end up fighting Kaido. I think
it could be Luffy and Law
a little bit, huh?
It could be Luffy and Law because Law specifically was after Kaido. So
was he?
Makes sense. Yeah, this whole plan that when Law brought Luffy in, it was for the specific goal of taking down Kaido.
Yeah, that's where it all started.
So it could just be Luffy and Law because Law also has a sword. He could also open up the old wound.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fascinating. It's good that we can theorize. It's good that we have
options.
That it's all the chaos that Oda's writing. It just makes it fun, where you don't exactly know how it's gonna go down, but very interested to say the least. You guys ready to?
By the way,
go for it.
Does Marco showing up here also mean that there's a chance that he could join the Straw Hat Alliance?
God. Yeah, I mean he's technically joined just by default because he's there, but he probably won't join.
Yeah, there's a difference between alliance and actual crew, right?
Yeah, he's not going to join the crew because they already have Doctor.
I think he's down with the set already, man.
I don't think he'll do the Suns Cup thing like the other ones did. He'll just be on the sideline whenever Luffy.
Yeah, I'm down. I ain't drinking no cups with you, dog.
Yeah, my father was Whitebeard.
I'm only doing this because of Whitebeard.
Bro, yeah, Phoenix is literally putting himself on, putting his life at risk for the sake of Luffy's crew.
Yeah.
So,
I
think he's down.
Yeah, I think he's down too.
Right.
That's all I gotta say about One Piece. It is time to randomize.
Son of a bitch!
3 Jokers. All right. So.
How many?
3. Well, apparently there are more.
Well, 2 now, right?
Well, there are more actually. No, it turns the first page of this issue is basically, Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood have laid out all of the Jokers that have been created over the past few days. There are upwards of 28. I think that's the. Oh no, I see a 30 up there maybe. There's a lot of Jokers that are recently made, but there are 3 main ones: the criminal, the comedian, and the clown. The clown was recently murdered by Red Hood, so there are only 2 of the main Jokers left. The rest are kind of just fodder villains at this point. To recap, their plan this time was basically to create a new Joker that would mean something, and that's pretty typical Joker, just like a metaphorical goal that Joker always seems to have at the end of the day. So yeah, they're basically just trying to figure shit out. Red Hood just makes some off-brand comment, and Batman's like, "Enough! I'm tired of your shit." He's basically like
off-brand niggas. Yeah. We'll say that.
Yeah, and he's like, I wanted to kill him after what he did to you guys, and he's like, whatever, man, you soft. That's why you didn't do it. And Red Hood basically explains that the reason that they didn't do anything, or the reason that they're not going to arrest Red Hood for killing the clown Joker, is because they'd have to unmask in order to testify against him. And I'm like, what? Wouldn't they have to have done that for other crimes? It's a weird reason, because I feel like that's a
He's basically saying, unless you kill me, you can't put me in prison. You can't arrest me. The only thing you can do is either kill me or lock me up here in this fucking bat cave. Because you can't you can't legally put me in prison. Because then y'all gonna have, you know what I'm saying? You can't testify as Batman.
I get it, but that's
he shot
iffy.
The Joker in the head. All right, what's your evidence? Who's your witnesses? Oh, me, Batman. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on.
I think it's an iffy proposition, just because he would have to have been a witness to so many things if they actually allow superheroes to testify in court.
That's aside the point, right?
Marvel,
I think Red Hood did have a point where you can't do nothing by Batman unless you lock me up.
I mean, I'm not. I just thought that was kind of weird. Marvel did something recently where they explained that there was a law passed where they allowed superheroes to just kind of testify with their identities hidden. They said it in Daredevil, But
that was particular to Daredevil.
Yeah,
and that's definitely a new thing.
I mean, it's a little cleanup thing, I think.
Look, I'm not all the way happy with the back and forth between him and Batman either. I thought it was kind of interesting, but I'll say this: I truly believe he does have a point here, where like you can't do a fucking thing about it, bro. Like you gotta hold that down or take me out.
Yeah. So basically, they head off to the jail because they hear that Joe Chill has been taken from his cell, and Batman inspects his cave and he finds a bunch of letters addressed to Bruce Wayne. And apparently Joe Chill has been writing letters to Bruce forever, trying to apologize, but he never really mailed them at all. Outside, we get a little bit of a dialogue between Batgirl and Red Hood, where Red Hood's like, Siri. And she's like, don't do it again, or else I will unmask and I will testify against you. And they're just silent there, basically.
Real quick. So thinking about those Joe Chill letters and stuff like that, is that like a kind of a proof in the pudding, or it's like this is the reason why Batman doesn't kill because there's still a chance they could change, right?
No, Batman was not aware of these letters. I think Batman wasn't aware of these letters. I think Batman just on
principle. He wasn't aware of them, but this kind of like because this whole thing has just been him conflicting with the idea of killing the Joker, right? Because everybody's like, why do you keep letting him live and all this stuff? And
well, that's the
here's the letters from the person who killed his parents apologizing, that's been trying to apologize for years, right? So I feel like this is like a thing trying to say, oh look, he didn't kill him and the man still changed and came better, I guess, right?
It's an interesting way to look at it, but Batman just on principle, just because like he doesn't want to be, it's that slippery slope argument, because if he kills one, then he just opens up like justifications for him to go around murdering criminals left and right. And that's more the reason why he doesn't do it. But this is also probably like a sub reason. He wants to give people the opportunity to rehabilitate. So yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
This is a form of validation for sure. The way I see it. At least that's how he should. That's how Batman should feel. Validated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he ever has to question why he doesn't, because he just.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Because to great personal loss, he still keeps with this. But in any case, he finds in this stack of envelopes, there's also an envelope addressed directly to Batman, inviting him to the Monarch Theater. It's always the fucking theater, and where his parents were killed. Him, Batgirl, and Red Hood show up there. They enter, and Batman is presented that footage that we saw from last time, where Joker was asking Joe Chill why he really killed the Waynes. And while Batgirl and Red Hood are being attacked by Joker fodder villains, Batman confronts the criminal Joker, who has Joe Chill hanging above the theater, with a gun to his head, and he basically explains this whole thing is they're trying to make Joe Chill the new Joker, because nothing could mean more to Batman than the Joker being the person who killed his parents. Meanwhile, as the video's playing, they realize that Joe Chill explains why he killed the Waynes, and it was like basically, it's like, man, I saw who they were. I thought they were just like these rich assholes, just taking money from us and not really contributing anything, and blah blah blah. And we were all in shit condition here in Gotham during that time. I just got frustrated and decided to rob them, but I didn't know they had their kid with them. And after I killed them, I realized who they really were, and they were like philanthropists who were trying to help us, and doing whatever they could to help the community. And ever since then, he's felt guilt for killing the Waynes. Meanwhile, as the Joker is they basically do combat. The comedian Joker shows up to where Batgirl is, and it's a big like fight scene between the three of them. Red Hood almost gets like killed by this. He gets shot in the arm but Batgirl saves him. The Batman Joker, criminal Joker, is continuing. He drops Joe Chill into the Joker vat that's like directly underneath. Batman saves it, but somehow Joker drops a match into it. It combusts the whole thing, and it just comes down to how most Joker battles go with Batman, around fire, where everything's burning, and it's just the two of them over a bridge or something. He saves Joe Chill from falling. He knocks the shit out of the Joker through a brick wall.
with a whole round of dynamite on his chest, mind you.
Yeah.
All this fire going on.
And he is KO'd. Joe Chill's like, they have a moment, Batman and Joe Chill have a moment to like speak for a minute. Joe Chill's like, I know who you are. Batman doesn't really say anything, and he basically apologizes. And he's like, are you going to kill me? And Batman's like, no, I deserve it. I'm truly sorry. And Batman doesn't really say anything. He just kind of looks away. His face is all just like in shadow. And the brick wall behind Joe Chill starts to collapse on him. Batman saves him again just by shoving him a couple feet to the right. And Joe Chill says, thank you. And Batman says, you're welcome. And that's when Criminal Joker wakes up and is like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to suicide bomb us all. But then he gets shot in the head by the comedian Joker.
I definitely thought that was Jason Todd again.
Yeah. Well, I guess not.
Batman did at first, too. Oh, Jason. Oh, it's just you.
Yeah, because we all know Jason has a reputation for just randomly shooting people in the face. Barbara did it, too, earlier when, like, one of the Joker fodder villains got shot in the face. She was like, Jason! And it was the comedian Joker again. It wasn't him. But yeah, basically they all go their separate ways, and Batman and Joker are in the big police truck, and Batman's like, fucking why? And
before we move forward, I think it's just so we're on just so everyone's on the same page. I didn't realize that this was Scott Snyder's Joker because
yes.
I thought, and I guess that's appropriate to say Scott Snyder's, or really rather, this is still the same guy that was in The Killing Joke when Barbara got hurt. That was him.
Yeah, I believe this is.
So even though that wasn't Scott Snyder, we'll still say Scott Snyder's Joker because he really did push it, really far with them. It would, a story like this would kind of make you feel like he didn't. It seems kind of like another circle.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of enjoyed this dialogue. So far.
Yeah, this was interesting. Well, first of all, this Joker reveals that he absolutely knows who they really are, which I'm sure we all kind of knew.
Yeah.
But essentially, he's like, this whole thing was a plan for him to reconcile with his feelings for Joe Chill and to see his like pain and kind of like, I guess not forgive him, but to come to terms with the fact that this guy is not happy and he's gonna die of cancer alone and in prison and all that stuff. So now Joker's like, now that you're over your demons, I can be your greatest pain. And, now nobody could be a bigger priority in his life than the Joker. And Joker's looking at him like, man, this is a roundabout way.
I'll cut you. I'll hurt you. Okay. Yeah, Batman's looking like, oh, man.
We then cut to Joe Chill's deathbed. He's reading like his final letter, I guess, and that's when he flatlines. He gets put in a grave. And, we get like this little out of sequence events where Bruce is talking to Alfred about the Joker, and Alfred's like, well, we get this little also mini scene with Barbara and Red Hood where Red Hood's like, I want to be together. I love you so much, Barbara. And he leaves a letter on her door, but then it falls off and then just gets taken away by a janitor, which I'm like, worst janitor ever? Like, that's not just trash.
Shit on the,
that's not just trash. That's just, it has writing on it. But we get the real bombshell. Alfred says, I guess we'll never find out who the Joker really is. And Batman is like, not to be that guy, but I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I knew who the Joker was after the first week we met. And Alfred's like, what?
Yeah, okay, dude.
Basically, we get a little bit of shots from The Killing Joke. As some of you may not know, if you haven't read The Killing Joke, the origin of the Joker is in The Killing Joke, where he was this failed comedian, had a wife and a baby on the way, and what pushed him kind of over the edge was the fact that his wife and child were dead. I don't remember exactly how they died. The police said that it was an accident, but really what happened is that she went to the police because he was an abusive husband, and they basically smuggled her out of the house. They got her away from him, and it turns out she's still living with the son of the Joker. And the reason that Batman doesn't really plays dumb as to not knowing who he really is because his family's out there, and if that ever gets out, if his identity ever gets out, then they will never know peace. Like they're the family of the Joker, so they'll just be mobbed by the press and the Joker himself, and he's trying to spare them of that.
That's the thing. I thought, the Joker himself is probably going to come back and be a million times worse than what he was normally, right?
Also,
right. But then, all the hate from everybody else. Fuck you guys.
And I guess that could become, his son could become the perfect Joker that they're looking for.
I mean, it's interesting because
I don't know.
He was abusive.
Into this.
He was abusive already, so he just doesn't want them to die. Because there's no way the Joker's just not going to murder his family. But in any case, that was the 3 Jokers. This was it. It's not what I expected, at least. When this was built up in way back, this was 2016.
Years ago, 3 years. Yeah. Oh my God, man.
Where Batman sat in the Metron chair and asked who the Mobius chair is. I felt like that was a weird indiscrepancy between the two, where if you knew who he was, then why would you have to ask the Metron chair? But
that was good.
But I'm letting it slide.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they
I guess that's maybe because he had a suspicion that there were multiple Jokers.
He didn't. He only learned there were multiple Jokers because the Metron chair told him there were. I'm gonna let it slide because I feel like a lot of this story was probably repurposed because they have it's not gonna stick in terms of continuity. So this is
unfortunately,
this has been meant to work to be kind of a standalone. As far as maybe I could be wrong. Maybe in the future we'll see a little bit more. It's not what I expected, but there's a lot of good in it. I enjoyed reading it. Maybe one day it reads better all the way through. It was fascinating. At the very, it's a really good twist at the end. I didn't see that coming, where they kind of retcon.
It doesn't help.
The Killing Joke.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. About that situation.
Yeah, where his family's still alive, and that's the reason. That's not a bad reason. I can deal with that. I think it's a solid reason.
So, I think that's one of the more confusing things for me. I'll say that again with the comedian with Scott Snyder, because he kind of made a very clear origin story for the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: it was still mysterious. You didn't know whether it really was the case or not. Again, just a memory refresher about how he was the pale man from years and years ago, and even early on in Gotham City, and he was like this demon.
Mm-hmm.
But you could also just kind of think that joke is lying and wants, maybe he's just taking that folklore and acting like it. But he found Dionysium at some point, as he was the Joker, because he's a weirdo. Probably was looking around those caves because why not?
Mm-hmm.
What else do weirdos do, right? So there's reconciliation, still kind of weird, but like you said, the continuity aspect of it is just shot. This is literally a story that was supposed to happen before even Doomsday Clock.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was supposed to happen before Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. It was supposed to be a thing, but for whatever reason, a lot of Jeff Johns' work got delayed pretty heavily, and his plans for what was supposed to be Rebirth, I feel, has changed a lot. And Scott Snyder kind of.
I mean, Tom King was killing it with regular Batman.
Jeff Johns doesn't write.
They got shafted because it wasn't. They was like, "Damn, Tom King's doing this fucking thing."
No, I genuinely think like Jeff Johns just stopped doing a lot of comics because he's been in just the comic guy for so long and now he's just branching into doing the CW shows and heading up the movie the cinematic universe for DC. So I don't know. I think he just got busy with other shit and he just wanted to do other things. So he just kind of gave the reins over to Scott Snyder, I guess, and they were able to mold the universe into what they are. For better or for worse, your opinion, I think, is like it's been good still, but I don't know. I mean, as a standalone story, I did enjoy it. The art by Jason Fabok is fantastic. Yeah, no, I wish I had more to say, but it was just a good one and done. It's 3 issues. Get the trade when it comes out. It's a nice little Joker story, if you like Joker stories. But that's all I gotta say. You guys ready to move on?
User?
Yes.
All right, let's
He
randomize.
said, "Is this ice? Dickhead, is it cold?"
Chainsaw Man.
Ooh.
This is Chainsaw Man chapter 90, Superpower. Color page of Makima real fast. Very cool. We start out in hell, I guess, where Power is just laying down, which super happy to see Power. Pochita walks up to Power and is like, "Hey, can you save Denji?" And Pochita's like, "Wait, I'm dead though." Pochita's like, "Then how are you talking to me?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's weird." And apparently his Power's alive in a way because like the current form of is the blood that Denji drank. So Power's just been inside of Denji this entire time, ever since he drank her blood back in the day.
Wow.
Because she is the blood demon, so that makes sense. So she's just been living in him the entire time. That's why they're all the guts are around, like the Chainsaw Man's guts thing around his neck. And why she's able to talk to Pochita. But basically, he gets down to the point. He's like, "So, you can eat me and revive as a devil. Do you want to save Denji?" And she's like, "Obviously, Denji is my buddy." And I'm like, super best friends.
So I was pretty happy.
Yeah, super happy.
Yeah.
Makima descends over the fucking corpse of the Chainsaw Man as he's just trying to get up and fight another day. But then out of his mouth, Power just comes out in her true demon form, I guess. And this is what she's supposed to look like.
At least powered up or whatever.
Yeah, she just comes out just using her blood magic, blood powers like crazy. And she's just talking mad shit. She's like, "The strongest. I'm the president. I'm the first president." I'm like, what? But yeah, Makima summons like the zombie demon, I guess. And that's, I guess, the best counter is that she's just, the zombies try to eat her alive. And Makima just grabs Chainsaw Man and tries to get the fuck out of there, but Makima just blasts her. Power is just like, I'm sorry. So basically, Makima demands that she hand over to the Chainsaw Man. And I guess because she can't really resist because she's the control devil, Power's like, "Your wish is my command," but it could be just like, I'm trying to fool her or something. Who knows? But Pochita doesn't seem to be knowledgeable about this, so
Pochita's no way.
No way.
Because she turncoats as soon as shit gets sticky.
Yeah. Control devil. She's under the control of Makima, I guess. But,
yeah, probably.
That's where the chapter ends. So good to see Power back. Oh man.
Yeah, man, it was refreshing.
Missed her a lot. But that's all I gotta say about Chainsaw Man. Good chapter. Had a good time reading it. It feels like chapters go by so fast, just because not a lot happens, but not in a bad way. Where it's just like we're stopping in the middle of the action constantly.
Yeah, that's basically what's going on. I'm basically just waiting and seeing what's going on next.
Same.
Nothing super thought-provoking other than what I already said. I liked it.
Yeah, just good to have Power back. But Brian, do you have any thoughts before we go?
Nope.
All right. Randomize. Dark Knight's Death Metal: Rise of the New God. Number 1. Okay, so this is more like a weird middle ground chapter. As the Darkest Knight, the Batman Who Laughs, he just decides to step up to Perpetua all of a sudden and is like, "I fucking hate you and I'm gonna kill you now." And Perpetua's like, "You bitch. I took you in. I'm older than you. And I'm like, I guess they're immediately beefing. So, they start to just battle.
Oh, what you think, man? He's like, I am who I am. I was never gonna be a lackey. I seen that coming.
Yeah.
I
did too. I did too. I'm just like, no fanfare. The issue just starts with him just like, you know what? I'm just gonna step to her now.
Right now.
Yeah, and that's
enough talk.
That's when this guy comes through. I forget what this dude's name is. He's just this big lava-headed dude. All of a sudden, he shows up to the hellscape where Themyscira used to be, and Joker's there. Joker's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be a dick to you," and then he just immediately just starts choking out the Joker. He's like, "Are you the force that drew me here?" Yeah. No. This is kind of my favorite panel. Is like, no, you are cosmically insignificant, a strange nuisance on your world. It's a wonder that they allow you to live. And the Joker,
hey,
Jesus, I'm very popular. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm the best villain in this universe. That's when he shows up. He pops up to the Psycho Pirate. And,
oh man, Psycho Pirate again? I thought it was just Tom King.
I mean, he appears. He's like a big Crisis character. Like he shows up in most Crisis.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I was not aware.
He shows up in Crisis on Infinite Earths, Infinite Crisis, I think Final Crisis.
Which is why he knows of all of this stuff. Okay. Yeah.
So basically, this guy's going around to different characters of the DCU and just he knows this universe is about to end, so he's just going around collecting all the stories that are happening and that have happened. And as he progressively goes, he shows up to this to Brainiac's son's world and takes information from him. And as he's going through, he's like, I do not understand. These stories are pretty sweet. I don't want them to die. Is that Infinite Crisis? That was a good book.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I need some more of this.
Mm-hmm.
Peace out. I'm gone.
Yeah, later. And then he goes to the moon where he resurrects Metron. And Metron, he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Metron's like, what is happening? It's like, your universe is ending, dog. He's like, how long have I been out? Jesus Christ.
Who killed him? Dr. Manhattan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had no idea what happened.
Yeah. He got taken out early on.
Actually got it funny.
So yeah, he absorbs all the information from this guy, and he's like, he has a weird like O face as he's absorbing all this information. He's like, ugh. I thought this face was kind of funny at the very last page.
Yay!
Final Crisis. So I guess he's just gonna be a good guy because he wants to save the stories. I don't know. I felt like this was a weird issue. It really wasn't even related to the Batman Who Laughs at all. I would have preferred to have seen that big battle instead of just it happening in the background where they're just smashing planets into each other's faces. It's
This is probably going to be like the setup for some type of like, light reboot they're going to do. I don't know. It seems like that universe is definitely going to end. Like that's happening.
No, they're not rebooting it. They were, but they're not.
Really?
Yeah, plans changed. They're not doing it. That would have been 5G, which wasn't a reboot, but a time skip.
That's not. Yeah, no. I thought that's what happened. I thought that they scratched the idea of the future thing and was going to do a light reboot.
Nope. It'll just continue from here, from what I understand, because that was the original plan.
I ain't mad.
It's just like do this time skip. And no, instead they already wrote those books, so they don't want them to go to waste. So they're just gonna jam them into 2 months, where we're just gonna get nothing but these books. And yeah, we'll just have to see how that turns out. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. It's not my bag. I don't know how you feel.
It was cool. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this: I got clickbaited without even clicking on a video.
How?
Because the video had me thinking that this is going to be something kind of different.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was interesting. I wasn't that off put by it as Chris is, but
I'm not off put by it, but I'm
creative
just like,
thing.
oh, I thought that this was gonna be something better. I don't know. It was just this guy going around and getting shit and just being like, "Oh, this universe rules." I want.
Yeah, right. It had me feeling like it was like this. I guess that's why I thought it was gonna be some type of reboot. I thought that was the whole point. That they were gonna say, you know what, let's scrap all this nonsense.
No.
Make regular hero stories.
I'm glad it's not. Honestly, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not upset.
I'm over reboots, but it is time to randomize.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Hey,
this was my certified really good.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Just off the bat there.
Probably one of the best cover pages I've seen in a long time. And
I don't even know.
I think undisputably top 10 in petty.
I don't even know what's happening.
Dude, do you understand what's happening here?
Oh, not that one. I know what that one is. I thought the next page was what you were talking about, the 2-page spread, where I'm like, what?
Oh, that one's pretty cool. I
like it a lot.
Shot in the head back there.
Yeah, I like it a lot, but I'm also like, what's happening?
It looks like it's him. Like, you see the hair on his head?
Yeah,
shit.
It's him getting shot in
and
the
then
face
he has
by
the mark on his... Okay.
This is that's just a weird one.
I like it.
Interesting.
It's well drawn.
Foreshadowing, maybe.
No. Last we left off, Toto the goat showed up to save Itadori, and is like, I can't fight anymore. But Mahito's not waiting around for him to get his shit together, so he just charges forward. This guy claps his hands, switches places all over the place. He kicks the flying fuck out of Mahito. It's really funny. And it's really just badass, but he also gives this inspirational speech to Itadori. He's like, man, we're Jujutsu sorcerers. It's not our job to fucking figure out the logic of death. To do that is kind of a disservice to those who died. It's what we got. It's the thing we have to endure. So we got to do the thing. So he just fucks off, goes off to fight Mahito. Meanwhile, this guy, the healer that came with Toto, explains his cursive technique, which is essentially like, all right, so I didn't heal your wounds. I just stopped the bleeding, essentially. So they won't get any worse. They won't be bad at all, but they're not healed. You still have cuts and bruises, and this won't do anything for any damage you'll take down the line. But I also did it on Kugisaki. She's already dead, but I did it anyway because the wounds are still fresh and maybe I can make something out of nothing. But, the possibility of her dying is not zero. So, keep your head up, kid. And I'm like, ooh. I think she's going to live, but only to say her last words, maybe. I don't know.
I hope not.
I hope not either. But I can't see it anyway.
I doubt if she does survive, I doubt she's going to be the same person that she was.
Yeah. Okay, so, battle continues. It's cool. Mahito's like, oh, I'm so excited to fight this guy. I want to do it again. I want to make somebody feel really, really bad. And as he's about to go for another attack, Toto claps his hands and switches places with Itadori, who's in his pose. And then he just does his black flash punch, sends Mahito flying. And he's like, I'll be sure to take on your share of the suffering. I almost ran away because of my sins. I'm back now. And the chapter ends with the two boys just like right beside each other, like ready, like squaring up. Toto's ripping off his shirt. It's very cool.
Toto, such a cool character, man.
Really dope. One of the only times I'll agree and say that's cool, ever.
What, like dude ripping off his shirt? I didn't mean that action. I meant just in general. This chapter was fucking fire.
Oh no! Okay. Well, I mean, I thought that panel was cool too.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'll admit that.
My certified.
So hold on before you wrap this up. Man, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
I had my doubts, but this is good. Is it weird to think that it's better that I'm reading it spaced out than all through.
It's interesting. I wonder about that myself.
Weird.
I think it's better week to week because Jujutsu Kaisen can be a dense series chapter by chapter. Like there are chapters where it's literally like just explaining a lot of shit.
Yes.
So
with all of the action, there is a lot of. Yeah. Well, we know.
Not a bad thing, but it might be great week to week. I feel like it's probably the best week to week. I'm glad we picked it up for that reason. It's been a fun ride. I mean, I'll read it.
By the way,
all the way through, find out.
By the way, the anime has been popping off for this show.
Exciting.
It's so good. Like the animation is amazing, and
I've been meaning to check it out, honestly.
Wait till Mahito gets.
Which pages are these? Pages 8 and 9 are reasons why I want to watch this fucking this animated, because like reading this and watching the panels and the way that he draws their movement, it's like you're literally watching like watching an anime. The way that they're moving and shit, like you could see, like they just have such like lively movement when all this is happening. Like on page 8, on page 9, I think, where like he switches places with the healer, where he switches Mahito's place with the healer, and the way that he stumbles back and shit.
Yeah, you can feel the weight.
It's very accurate.
Oh my god, like I fucking love this shit, bro. Like it just looks.
I don't know if there's a name for it, but it's the dynamic. His dynamic drawing, like of emotion in scene. It's
I think it's
beautiful. I fucking love this art. Like the way that
I almost said unparalleled, but I don't want to wild out and say something like that because I haven't read every manga. So I
think this is
up there, man.
In Shonen Jump right now. I think this is the series that does it the best. For sure, without a doubt.
I think so. Is World Trigger in Shonen Jump?
No.
Okay, yeah.
But World Trigger is amazing in different aspects. Like when it comes to this style of art.
That's why it's a much better manga.
Yeah.
But I do think it's still. I'll say this. I think World Trigger, within its action scenes, it's just as good as this.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I just really like. That's one of the reasons I really like World Trigger in the first place, anyway. So that's only saying an amazing thing for the manga. I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah,
I don't think it's surpassed World Trigger.
It's great, though.
But no, I guess, man, I didn't even want to spend too much time on this one. But I really just want to comment on the fact I really like Mahito. I like his attitude, and he's a really good villain because he's a much better version of Shigaraki. I said it. He is the character I wish Shigaraki was.
Because that is a hot take.
He's evil for the sake of being evil. We could get into it another. Matter of fact, when Shigaraki comes back around, right, next chapter, because they're gonna ignore Arako stuff. Let me stop. Well, I'll bring it up again because I don't say that lightly.
Yeah.
But because I do like Shigaraki also, but I also really dislike him in certain aspects of. Anyway, even his thought process. He's not stupid. He's really smart. So he knows that he's not mad cocky either. It's weird. Like he's
sure of himself.
He's just a competitor, bro. Yeah,
he's just very confident.
He's confident, and it's not mad dramatic why he wants to do the things he does. But you know that there can be things that happen down the line where he develops into that and has more animosity towards certain things, you know?
Well, his motivations are tied
more naturally than it happened with Shigaraki, in my opinion.
His motivations are tied to the being he is. He's a curse, so
being a curse,
they're just amalgamations.
But it doesn't mean he can't manifest into more.
Sure. But I
feel like,
more toxic.
I feel like you can't compare Shigaraki and Mahito really, because it's like comparing a teenager to an adult, you know? Like Shigaraki doesn't have, like, Mahito has it all figured out. He knows who he is. He knows everything about himself. Like he that's why he's so sure about himself in these fights, you know? Like Shigaraki and Deku still have shit to figure out, and their time's gonna come when they're gonna have their shit in line, and that's when their characters are gonna be fleshed out, you know?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. But even if even if that is certainly the case with Mahito, I still feel like as I read and I see what he's doing, I still look at him as a character as, man, I want to see you grow further. Where I don't feel that desire with Shigaraki, man. Well, I do feel like, all right, I think we've seen, who he is, man. Right. Like we've had much more time with Shigaraki, and again, this is kind of like a hot new character too. You know what I mean, on the block.
Yeah.
So it's.
I'm
not. I ain't trying to disrespect Shigaraki.
No, it's fine. I get what you're saying because Mahito is shrouded in mystery. We still don't know a lot about him, even with all the stuff that's been shown about him.
I think I know what Josh is getting at. So I guess it
makes sense to have interest in him.
What Josh is getting at is that I think, and it is just kind of like the point of Shigaraki, is that like Mahito is more like closer to he's a very progressive, not progressive, but he's a guy who goes out and gets things. He has like a goal. He's like sure in himself. Where Shigaraki's the whole point of him is that he is developing alongside Deku, just like as a dark mirror. So Shigaraki is like learning like his motivations and why he does things, whereas Mahito is very sure in what he is and why he exists. And that's why like it feels that I guess Mahito feels better is because he's more of a proactive. That's what the word I was looking for. It's more proactive villain.
There you go. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
His swag is just.
He does have a lot of swag
too.
Well, we gravitate.
I feel like it's not different from Shigaraki. It's not. I think it's mad OD similar because Shigaraki talks the same. He's technical as well. You know what I'm saying? He speaks like, oh, I know. I'm not dumb. I know that y'all are trying. You know what I'm saying? It's literally the same kind of speech pattern and everything. It's just that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that I think
Mahito's more interesting to me.
Well, Mahito's more proactive than Shigaraki, and that's why, and we gravitate towards those characters. It's that thing in America where we talked about like the positive arc and the negative arc and the flat character arc last week, where if we see a more clear progression or a more like proactive proactive nature in a character, we gravitate towards that, as opposed to somebody who's kind of figuring it out and not really growing or declining in a way, or doing both at the same time because Shigaraki is just trying to figure out his life essentially, but Mahito is very certain in who he is and what he does.
Yeah, the more Josh talks about it, the more I get interested in it because he is right. Like they are very similar characters, and I feel like Mahito is like a grown up version of Shigaraki in a way.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I feel like Mahito is kind of like a fully realized Shigaraki with someone who's got his shit figured out.
Yeah, I think you guys are pretty much on the money with that as far as representing who Mahito is. I think kind of his role as a primary villain is which I was kind of getting, I guess, confused in the dynamic between Shigaraki and Itadori, which is I look at what's his name? What's the main character's name in this fucking series? Denji, right?
Itadori.
Denji.
No,
Itadori. Chainsaw Man. Shit.
Yeah.
You said like 3 different protagonists.
Itadori, he's been learning a lot about himself and life in general through Mahito as well. Mm-hmm. And one of the points of the manga that I think I was kind of closed-minded to initially, but I'm starting to see maybe there's more of a picture here, is that I think he represents the fact that, there is just bad stuff in this world, whether that's bad by your definition, bad by most people's definition, et cetera, et cetera. There are things out here that is like harmful to you. There's things out here that's not going to make you feel good. It's going to make you bad. There is negativity out in the world because you're a human and you can perceive things as negative. Mm-hmm. Right. And you can't always win, you as far as saying, oh, I can figure this out and and correct this situation. Sometimes these things just are, fire's going to burn. Right.
All right.
You don't want it to burn down your house. You got to take that shit out.
Yeah. But,
you know what I'm saying? He wanted to save Mahito. He thought he could talk to him. And now he's starting to realize, I got to kill him.
I gotta kill this motherfucker.
Your literal existence is to just be pain. It ain't even like the Joker, bro. Mahito is just on another level.
Yeah, But
all right.
This is the most we've ever discussed with Jujutsu Kaisen.
Probably not,
actually.
Probably not, but I think like it's close. But in any case, that was Jujutsu Kaisen. Super awesome. It is time to randomize.
Oh shit!
Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah.
Suicide Squad number 9. I think this was. No, this is 10. My bad. Last we left off, Deadshot got shot in the face. One of these. Because he hits the ground. Ares saves him, but confirms that he is dead.
Damn.
Yeah. So they're just like, what the fuck happened? They pull Ted Cord, and they're like, it wasn't me. It was never me the entire time. So I guess he's off the hook. Turns out that this whole thing was Black Mask the entire time, not even Ted Cord. One of these. All right. I guess you can't do that to Blue Beetle. It's I guess you can't just straight up turn him into a monster.
Yeah, but then what's the point of even making him? Whatever,
A twist.
Man. I guess people like Ted Cord, and they hear Ted Cord, and they say, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy this comic."
I think it was interesting. I think it was an interesting concept because it was like a hero that wasn't big enough to be like, "There's no way," but it was also like a hero who was big enough to be like, "Man, he's evil." You know,
and he's not the current Blue Beetle, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to be mentoring like the current Blue Beetle. So that's been his role in DC for a while. But in any case, Black Mask just gets easily captured by Ares. Like, just,
he played the shit out of her.
Yeah, he tries to play one of them. He shoots Blink, the teleporting Suicide Squad member. But then Ares comes in and is like, "Oh, I got your fucking wing," and it turns out you didn't kill Blink, so you suck. And
man, it's almost like if you don't expose the person who's pretending to be somebody right away without all your superpowered friends around you, you could handle the situation really easily.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
So there's a whole new, there's like a whole fleet of bad guys come in, of, fodder villains. Harley puts on Deadshot's mask, and she just does Deadshot things, I guess, now.
Damn, that's mad gangster.
Yeah.
Not even gonna lie.
Well, it's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
They just like fly away because, they got to get to work because they're planning on using the revolutionary member that got kidnapped. She's a human bomb. Black Mask's plan was to bomb this country. So, they got to go to Ares' home country and figure shit out. Apparently, her mom, the president, is very cooperative and there's no conflict there at all. She's like, yeah, no, let's figure it out. And, my favorite part is that the very strong member of the Suicide Squad, I forget her name, just slaps the mask off of Black Mask, which really hurts because his mask is grafted onto his face because it was burned on there. So
Dang.
she basically ripped it off of his skin.
Oh my god.
So they find her.
Good for him, man.
They find the bomb girl as she's about to go off. Zebra Man uses his cool shield to like contain her blast, and Black Mask is like, he won't be able to hold it. And the strong lady's like, well, too bad for you. You're gonna be here to suffer the consequences of your actions. And the chapter ends with the explosion just growing more intensely, and Zebra Man yelling, "I can't hold it!" And it says, "Next death." I wonder if this is going to be a short series, like a little mini-series. I wouldn't mind. It's been fun. I have been enjoying the Suicide Squad thing. It's just like a little fun book.
12-issue miniseries?
I'd be here for it.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So is his daughter going to be the new Deadshot?
I don't know. Probably. But she's like 13 right now, so probably not.
Maybe Will Smith will be put in the comic and he'll be Deadshot like everyone wants him to be.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to be in it.
Is that just me?
He's not going to be in it.
Is that just me?
Will Smith as Deadshot in the comics?
Yeah,
he was
like
alright
Will
in
Smith,
the movie.
Like
Could
he
be.
the actual Will Smith just comes in
into the comics.
Yeah, like he transported from our universe, the same like Gwenpool. You know what I'm saying? Just DC. And he's like, "All right, I'll be Deadshot. Hey, the whole reason this movie was good in the first place. Hey,
now this is a story all about how."
Oh man, I mean, I've been enjoying this. You know, I don't know how long it's gonna last. It feels like this is just a short little arc. I don't know where it's gonna go from here because after this, they don't really have to be the Suicide Squad anymore. So, I enjoyed it. Pick it up. It's a little worthwhile, little fun series. I have nothing more to say. Ready to move on, boys?
Yes, sir.
It's time to randomize. Dr. Stone. This should be fast. This is Dr. Stone chapter 171. Start staring at the same light. We're not going to go through this whole thing because there's nothing but dialogue boxes left and right. It's nothing but dialogue, and it's good dialogue.
Alternate title: Suspension of Belief Part 3.
Okay, so in so many words, Senku and Zeno have teamed up to figure out the exact location where the petrification beam went on the first time when it turned everybody into stone. So using bubbles and this carved globe thing, they do some science mumbo jumbo. It's a lot of science mumbo jumbo.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Chris. This is one of the first times where I felt like, nah, I need more of an explanation.
Why?
This is not acceptable.
This is nothing but explanation.
This is what, yeah, but still, I didn't get it. And no,
okay,
I'm not going to say it was because of my lack of understanding. Nope, I'm not going to admit that. Not on this fucking podcast. No.
I'll say this. I had to read this a couple times just so I can absorb all this information.
I read it a whopping one time. Maybe that's why. I guess that's what happened.
I'm in the same boat. I feel like I don't completely understand what they were doing. All I know is that they were doing a lot of math and physics, and they come down to the conclusion that it's not necessarily a light, but a luminous substance, which is slightly more dense than light, that washed down upon Earth. It took like an hour to get through the entire planet.
Yeah, which is interesting.
It is a lot of literal math where they're calculating like 500 kilometers per hour, all that stuff. And it comes down together. They find out the exact latitude and longitude of where the blast went off in South America. So there you go.
Looks like right in the middle.
Yeah, smack dab in the middle of South America. So
what's that? The Amazon right there?
Yeah, I think they assume it's in Brazil, which would be like part of the Amazon. But yeah.
Amazon's huge, so probably
for sure. But Dr. Stone, man, that was a lot. Sometimes I get Dr. Stone does this a lot where it's not that it's bad, it's just like I get turned off by like the crazy amount of just explanation they throw at you, and it's very intense.
And I don't even hate dialogue. I don't hate the extra reading. I just like it's all for the sake of validating whatever they're talking about. I'm just like, oh man.
And I appreciate what Dr. Stone is, because like I think it has a tremendous value in being kind of just an educational little fun manga. But man, this is a lot. I feel like they could have paced this out a little better. I think they're maybe rushing towards the end.
Yes. If you didn't notice.
I guess that was silly. I guess I should have figured that.
They've been rushing.
But I'm okay with
it.
That's it.
You know what? It was really, really fun for for the beginning when they used to do the scientific explanations, and then it got to literally, I remember it happened in one chapter, and then that was it. It changed. It went from me reading every single part trying to figure it out to me just skimming everything.
Yeah, all of a sudden it just got.
It happened at one point,
Well, because it got like this, it just got like hyper dense, and when you see that many speech bubbles, it's like fuck. You get those,
and then it's like I don't even really need to remember this for the story. It's really just
feature of the series. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I don't hate it. I'm just like
Stone's still fun.
It is a good series,
a real cool
and I feel like we come off as more negative on it than it is. But sometimes it just does these things where I'm like, fuck, I have to read all of this.
Man, at least we're covering it.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like we treating it like we never learned.
Mm-hmm. But that was Dr. Stone. I like We Never Learned for a while. But
I fell off of it.
Me too. But anyway, that was Dr. Stone, and that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Wow, fun episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. You can find me at the Chris Aspinall, at JDCole_37 on Instagram, and NYChillin on Twitter. Brian at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. Find him on Twitch at twitch.tv/It's Punchline. Check out Legato's new hit, Sounds of Summer, and the rest of his little album that he put out on SoundCloud. Very fun. Follow DrumFoo at drum_foo. The show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Vote on Twitter and Instagram for your favorite series of the week, and we will announce it on the show as we just did this week. And iTunes, Spotify, subscribe to all of those things. Like us, 5-star reviews. All you know what to do. You know what to say. Let us know how you feel about the show. Thank you guys so much, and stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace.
Peace.